Hi, folks. David Alpert of Mastery Consulting with the best accountability I've ever seen. And even this is a new lesson learned for me. Recently, we rolled out a new product where we would call you every day and get your daily activity numbers, your activities results, your metrics. And we would put it in a spreadsheet that's shared with a whole bunch of other people for you. You don't have to do anything. We just call you, we chase you, we get the numbers, we put it in the spreadsheet, share it with a whole bunch of professionals. We get on a bi-weekly Zoom call every other week. We can see each other's faces. We read the numbers out loud, so there's accountability out there with a whole bunch of people. It's all positive, all encouraging. We even do some training on how to run your business like a business, etc. I'm not here to sell that product on this video. I'm here to tell you what's working. Are you ready? That product is working. This past Monday, I get on a Zoom call. It was only the second Zoom call with this group of 27 business professionals from different industries, I might add, whom we had been calling every day to get their numbers and put it in a spreadsheet. Now, I'm not, so we get on this call, and the biggest surprise, I'm going through numbers. We're reading the numbers person by person, sharing what worked for us best this week, and the list is going on and on. Now, at the time, there were 27 people on this call. 24 people had filled in their metrics on a daily basis. Now, remember, we got it from them. We filled it in, but we still got the numbers from the professional. 24 out of 27 had all of their activity and result metrics done daily. I have never seen that ever. Is that incredible? The best ever group I've worked with before was, some of you know the story, my brother-in-law's group of realtor professionals from a RE/MAX out in the Inland Empire. There were 7 people in that group. The 7 were mostly disciplined on a daily basis, but never 27 people where 24 were good. Never anything like this. So I have some conclusions I want to share with you. A couple of things. Number one, these 27 joined the program because we did an event with 250 people live, and we shared what the product was, and 27 joined the program at that event. We've not sold it outside of that event, okay? Which means people deselected and selected themselves for the program. So in other words, 1/10 of the audience said, I want to do this thing, and they paid money for it. We're doing $59 a month is the fee for it, and people in our $29 program can read up all that. So people chose to be in the program, are paying. It's not a lot of money. It's not like $1,000 a month coaching crap that you see out there, right? $59 a month. So they paid a fee, they selected themselves, and we call them to get the numbers. We do the discipline. We call them to get the numbers, we put it in the spreadsheet, etc. Fascinating. So I get on the call, and something else was interesting about that call. It was a lot more driven, a group of professionals, than your typical group out there. The average person on the group was a pretty strong driver, or D on the DISC assessment. More than half of them were drivers on. I know a lot of the people on the call. And the energy around it was a little bit fierce. When the call was done, I asked everybody, what's your takeaway on the call? And more than half, some of you are watching this video that were on the call. Like it was something like 2/3 of the people said, my takeaway is I worked a lot harder this week because I knew I was going to be sharing metrics with people on this Zoom call. Fascinating, huh? You want to hear something really weird? We call you to get the metrics, and then I'm talking to the gal that works on our team that's calling to get the metrics every day and putting it in, and she said she's not doing that many phone calls. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's what people are paying us for. And she said, I know. But a bunch of the people, I mean, some of them want me to call every day and I'm calling, but a bunch of the people are like, stop calling me, I'll just text me. Or she said, I have a game going with a bunch of them where they have to get their numbers in before I text them every day. So it's interesting. It's all about creating daily habits. Let me tell you another story about this, a fascinating story. Are you ready? Last week, I had a conference call with Jairek Robbins. If you recognize the name, it's because it's the son of Tony Robbins. So Jairek is introduced to me through a mutual friend, a client who is a longtime friend of mine who also knows Jairek through a different coaching venue, right? And so I'm on the phone with Jairek, and he's sharing with me a little bit of his backstory. And his backstory includes that he used to do business coaching. Then he went into wellness coaching. So now he's got people wearing wristbands, by the way, where he can see on the computer each morning how well they slept. He can see if they did their exercise, etc. So he's coaching them for business as well, but also for wellness. He charges a very high price point. His product line is he's targeting basically $1 to $5 million business owners, that kind of thing, right? So, and he says, this is what he says. He said what he learned was when he was doing coaching every other week, it wasn't nearly as effective. But now that he's doing this daily thing where he's seeing their numbers every day on a computer spreadsheet, and he's using the technology, he said it works much better. And I said, so how do you interact with these people? And he said, I said, what tactics? Phone? What? He said, phone, text, email, everything. And he, by the way, he uses profanity a lot like his dad. And he was basically spewing on me saying, and if it's 2, 3, 10 days into this program and they didn't do their exercise in the morning, I'm calling them, I'm texting them, I'm emailing them, I'm doing it 10 times within an hour. What the F is wrong with you? Why didn't you exercise? And he goes off on him. Why? He said, you know what's fascinating? He does that like crazy for 10, 14, 17 days, whatever. He says by the end of the first month, he basically doesn't have to interact with them because they don't want to have to deal with that crap. And they're just doing it on their own every day, and the rhythm gets created. For the most part, he said there are exceptions. Fascinating stuff. A good takeaway that I learned, me at age 82 or whatever I am, learning from a 34-year-old who, it's not the worst thing in the world because you grew up in his household. I think you'd be thinking a lot more like a business owner and entrepreneur as well. Make sense? Okay, guys, daily accountability requires getting those numbers and being held accountable. My question for you today is, what one thing might you do differently to improve your accountability? And if you have any interest in talking to us about what we're doing or joining in on our program, please call Rosalind Andrews, 909-743-1866, 909-743-1866. But most importantly, what will you do to change the way you report metrics and accountability on a daily basis? Because when you get what you measure, and the more frequently you measure it, the better it gets. You create those daily habits, watch what happens for the results. I cannot wait to see over the months ahead what's going to happen for those people on that conference call. I've been there and done that before. I am expecting tremendous increases, and it does not matter what's going on in the marketplace. Hope this video was helpful.